Hey guys, Pistol here. Today we are playing Crusader Kings 3, and we're going after the Frankokratia achievement. Now we're using Count Haestinn of Montaigu. Alright, let's pop open, let's take a look at that achievement before we get started. So as this achievement states, you have to be a French Catholic and completely control the Kingdom of Thessalonika without having the Byzantine Empire title or being a vassal of. So you do have to basically take it by force with the war. I tried this several different ways prior to this run through where I used becoming a vassal, taking it over, inheriting it. None of that works. You have to truly take it through a war. Now, to begin with, before we unpause, let's convert to the French culture. That's half the battle, and actually I think the achievement doesn't necessarily even need Catholic, but as long as you are French, you're halfway there. And the other reason is to be able to get siege weapons as your men-at-arms. As you can see there, we're going to start by getting them quickly, and then we're going to go forward and get some alliances, because you're going to need those and a bit of luck to get this achievement. All right, so first off, we're going to find out who we can marry off. If you don't see, see Jorvik as an option, go ahead and wait. You don't have to marry her right away, because the first step is to take over Napoli, the county of Napoli. Doesn't have very many. He's got 250 armies. We've got over 3,000. The reason we take over this is that we need to be in range to declare war on the Byzantine Empire. All right, so declare war. This is pretty quick, so we put it at the fastest pace we can. Yeah, let's go ahead and deliver a speech. Try to get that. Awesome. Okay. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll get the you'll capture the count right away, and then you don't have to siege. But it doesn't take too long. And even if it does go where you have to completely control, not a problem. And make sure you disband, and also make sure you move your rally point. You don't want to have to spend that extra gold and time, because both of those things are very, very precious in this. All right, so as you can see, he does not have any allies and is currently fighting another war, so that's a very good sign. I've had this a few different times. Sometimes he's fighting a war, sometimes he's not. But if you get him with allies, and you're going to be in trouble. So the other part that I like to do is I like to make sure if I can get as many allies as I can. So you can marry your son, Ragnar, but you can also divorce your wife to get a second alliance. As you can see, we have Jorvik now. We didn't have that about a year ago. So we're going to just speed that up so we can get the acceptance. Perfect. All right. Let's get rid of some of these notifications. All right, now let's take a look at mercenaries, because that's the other part that's very important here, because you're currently, as it stands, 3,000 to about 5,000. You're not going to win that battle. Even if your allies show up on time, it's going to be very close. So, all right, we'll change the invasion to Kingdom of Thessalonika. All right, we've declared war. We're still paused. We're going to bring our allies into it. Let's go ahead and raise. But while we do so, let's take a look at those mercenaries. Now, the ones I like the best are the ones that have military engineer as a trait. It reduces the siege phase time by 30%. It's very important to have that here. Now, there's two that have it. The most expensive one, the routiers of the archpriest, and then you also have the marchers of Westphalia. Now, we are going to use them because we can't afford them quite yet. Now, if you're lucky and you have the trait that allows for mercenaries at a discount, you can afford both. So you'll just have to choose wisely. I chose the cheaper of the two, just because I think I can get more of a count there. All right. So there's two methods of strategy here. The first is just kind of going through and taking every barony that you can until you've met that 100% war score. The other way is to go right after the capital, which is the hardest to do. But you might get lucky and imprison an heir. You might get you imprison the ruler. Both are options. I tried the sieging the capital multiple times. Never really played out for me. So, during this run through, we're going through the coastline and going to just take as many as we can. All right. So, as you saw, I just divorced my wife, got a new ally, made sure we were married, and are going to be calling them to war as well. All right, so we're moving this to 5 speed. We're going to just start here. Hopefully they won't attack us, quickly, because this is the biggest challenge is until your other army shows up. Those mercenaries are exposed by only having about 2,000 count. So you're kind of left at the luck of, if they have another war that they're fighting, you'll be more likely than not lucky. In terms of not having them, be attacked right away. Because if you're attacked right away, you might as well restart and run it back. So with this, we'll just have to accept that call to war. All right. Come on, guys. You got to show up. I'm very surprised by this. Normally, you'll at least see their armies stand by. I do see that they have about 700 chilling there, but usually it's 5,000 will show up on your doorstep pretty quick. So what we're going to be doing is basically keeping our armies into 2 battalions. That way we can go at a quicker pace than the computer. Even if they come to start reclaiming these counties, what they'll do is they'll place one as the besieging army, and then they'll place armies around them as protection instead of utilizing them to do multiple besieges. Make sure you keep, unless you have captured an area, which I doubt you will have on these outside baronies, make sure that you keep ransoming off those prisoners. You want to be able to keep making money so you can, because you may have to extend your mercenaries date. If this goes longer than 3 years, you're going to want that. Also, if you can make enough, you might even need another army as well. All right, so I like to pause it every time I move so I can make sure we get everybody to the right spots. All right. All right, so we don't need that one. That one's outside of the war target. It's not a problem if you do take a county or a barony that is outside of Thessalonica, but if we come to a longer term war, we might need to gain a few percentage points just off of, they could attack me, certainly. Okay, that's good. That's good. They skipped by, so that means that they think it's going to be a close battle. lucky for us that they will be going to try to reclaim a county. Alright, so I got another perk. Plug it in where you think is going to be best. Jeez, they have over 7,000 and they still don't want to attack me. Interesting. Well, that'll help us out here. So it looks like they're going after trying to reclaim some of those baronies. And as you can see, they're following that tactic again, circling around their one besieging army. So now they're far enough away, we could regroup if they start to come near us. We're going to split back and do the route going 2 armies, 2 baronies being besieged. Okay, you can't call that guy. All right. All right, so we're about halfway there right now. Doesn't matter about that other war. We didn't participate. Hopefully Jorvik will show up now that war is done. All right. We're getting close to finishing that one. There we go. It'd be helpful if the allies didn't just stand around, but okay, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever, we don't care about their stats because we're not going to, or their traits. We're not going to be playing this past earning the achievement. All right, let's pause. Let's take a minute. We've got 11 months left on the mercenaries. Can't afford the more expensive one, but that's fine. As you can see, they've only taken 1 in the time we've now taken 4. So we're at a much faster pace than them, which is a good sign because we may take 1, they may take 1, and it'll stay roughly the same. So keeping it at a faster pace should ensure us a victory. Hopefully before we even have to try to take the capital, because that's a very long siege. All right. Oh, now they're taking a crack at 2. Interesting. Where are you at, buddy? Where are you at? Oh, there we go. As you can see, he is now finally showing up. It looks like we have a good chance if we ever get into battle with the 5,000 armies he's sending our way. That's great. Oh, perfect. Good, they're not standing around, and we're now going at a 4-2 pace of besieging. All right, 71%, we're getting there. I guess we'll extend that one. Just because we're running low on the other one. Only 500 units. See, they're starting to catch up a little bit, but we still have almost 60% war score. I think we're in a very good position now. Oh shit, I guess I've been besieging a barony outside of the title. Not an issue, but is what it is. Alright. Probably should have looked at that first, I guess. Whoops. Alright, let's speed this bad boy up. Now that we're not so concerned with them coming and just attacking us. Because I've had it a number of times where I've kept it on 5 speed, didn't realize that they were coming my way, and by the time I reacted, the battle was over. Alright. So what else? Okay, so islands down this way. %. Excellent. Excellent. All right. I can't afford him. All right. Well, we're going to lose one of our mercenaries. Shouldn't be a big deal at this point. We've now got all of our allies hanging out. Everybody's helping, and you know we've got a very good good lead on them at 71%. Alright, just finished one, back to 75. So there is a little bit of that up and down, but as long as you kind of take that method of 2 to 1, you know, splitting your army into 2, not just having one besieging group, you should have a good chance of being successful. Who is this guy? Oh, hostile army. I'm betting Liberty War. What do we got here? Yep, Liberty War. So he's now having to fight that, but we're not going to worry about them. They're not going to attack us unless we need to take the capital. But if we have to try to fight that, we'll do that at a last second, because you know we'll be able to take over their sieging progress. Let's just make sure we've got a leader there. But we're 83%. I'm pretty sure we won't have to make it to the capital, which is good. I've ran this scenario a few other times where I didn't quite get 100%, had to go for the capital, and very similar situation. Had to fight not only my war, but you know, a fight against the Liberty War as well. Okay, 83%. We're looking good. They're about to finish one. So probably, oh, perfect, 100. Let's get it. Enforce, awesome. Now here's the challenging part where I mess up in this video. So we now have the kingdom. We are French. we don't have the kingdom title. We don't even have a duchy title. So problem I'm doing right now, don't do this, and I'll cut the video after I do one, but I'm granting titles. I got out of habit to not be over the limit. Do not grant your titles. You grant your titles, you give them away. You don't fully control, because we do not even have a duchy title, so they won't become vassals, they'll become independent. Make sure you read. I did not, and I screwed it up. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and pause and jump ahead to basically my death. We've done a lot of work to reclaim these things that we're giving away, and we'll go through the end. Okay, so I have now officially died. This took me an extra 10-15 years to do this. I lost all of the titles I gave away. I took them all back, and I created several duchies so I could create the Kingdom of Thessalonika. So we have now changed. We now have it all. Don't quite have enough gold. But we are French, so we'll just have to get the gold to get the kingdom, and then the kingdom title, and then go ahead and convert to Catholicism. All right. Well, interestingly enough, it has popped on the screen for me. Interestingly enough, I am not Catholic, so I don't know if that's broken. And I also have not created the kingdom title. So very interesting, but either way, that's kind of the goal. Hopefully you liked the strategy. I did pull this off of Trueachievements, and actually ran through it. Thought I'd record it for everyone. If you like the content, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.